Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. If you don't know me yet, I've been following Kygo and analyzing his music for many years, trying to understand him as a producer as well as his sound and what makes him so different. Over the years, I've gathered, together with some other producer friends, a lot of information about his productions that I share on my YouTube channel. Today, I want to talk a little bit about Kygo's monthly class, my review of it, and why I decided to quit eventually. I have to add to this that I was kind of skeptical when I saw the announcement of this class first, because I have seen other masterclasses before with big artists, and the problem is often that they are more entertaining than learning. Also, they often promise you a lot of things that they can't keep in the end. However, I was also very curious to see if this class is different from others, so I decided to give it a try. At the end of this video, I will also show you guys the song I produced during the class. Before the class started, there were a few things we had to do in order to be prepared for the class. This was mostly basic stuff. Kygo explained what equipment he uses, basically a computer with a DAW, a MIDI keyboard and some monitor speakers, and what we should have to follow the class. Also, he talked about the fundamental functions of a DAW. Overall, this was really basic stuff and only relevant to people that are completely new to music production. There was also a 1 hour long video about music theory that was very well made and easy to understand. It definitely helped me a little refreshing my music theory knowledge. This one was provided by Monthly, not by Kygo himself. In the last Preclass video, we watched Kygo listen to some demos. He talks about what he's listening for and how to pick the right demo. After that, you get access to a pretty big library of 41 demo songs, and it's your turn to pick the right demo for your first song you're going to produce. I have to say that I didn't like most of the demos in there, and some other people from the class that I talked to felt the same. However, there were like 2 to 3 demos that I kinda liked and could at least use for the purpose of learning. Now that it's day 1, the actual class started. You get put into a class of around 20 other people, and there's a feed that shows the progress of your other classmates. You can comment on the projects and give some feedback. This was something that actually worked really well. Everyone was super motivated and helping each other out with helpful feedback. The entire class is separated in videos that always give you a task, and then you have a few days to do your homework and submit what you have accomplished. Overall, these deadlines really help with getting shit done, so that's a big plus compared to other classes on Masterclass.com, for example. The first task was finding the chords for your demo and jamming on top of them to find a good drop melody. The next one, producing a drop and a build-up and so on until you eventually have an entire song. Overall, you have 13 days in total to finish your first song, with 4 deadlines spread over those 13 days. I struggled a bit coming up with a good drop melody for the first task, so I decided to change my demo and eventually found a melody that was working well with the chords. Over the next days, I followed the tasks and pretty much had my song done by day 6. That didn't include the fine-tuning, but like 90% of it was pretty much done. I have to say that I couldn't really take away much from his tips, because here comes the interesting part. Kygo is super simple and basic when it comes to music production and mixing. Everything he uses is preset based, he barely adds any insert effects. He did add some CLA guitars on his guitars, his bass for the lead sounds and pianos had volume shaper on it to sidechain, and some of his drums had effects on it, but those already came with the presets he used. Later on, in the mixing video, he added an EQ to pretty much every channel to cut some lows and enhance the high end, and that's pretty much it. Also, for his releases, he sends all the stems to Serban Guinea, who is his mixing engineer, and gives the song the final professional high quality sound. But here comes the most interesting part. By the end of the mixing video, which was also the last video of the first song module, his song definitely sounded ready to release, even though he didn't do that much in terms of mixing. So why is that? It's actually pretty simple, and it's what separates Kygo from the rest. He has this ability to write amazing chords and find super catchy melodies on top. He knows what sounds to pick that work well together and make an arrangement sound professional. And the truth is, it's all intuition. He can't really explain much of it, and he also doesn't put much effort into trying. Sorry Kygo, you're insanely talented, but I don't think you're able to teach your talent to other people. I have to add to this that this is an overall problem with music production courses, not specific to Kygo. Overall, I haven't learned much from the 9 videos I have seen, and that's why I eventually decided to quit. But here are 2 things that I learned and want to share with you. Before you start putting 5 insert effects on your mixer channel, trying to make a sound work, make sure you're working with the right sound and the right idea in the first place. May it be a sample or a preset. If it doesn't work, find a better sample, preset or melody, because that's where a good production starts. The second tip. Try to play and record as much as you can on your MIDI keyboard instead of drawing the notes in a piano roll or a beat sequencer. Kygo plays almost everything with his keyboard. It will add a more human touch to your music, not because of the timing differences. Kygo actually quantizes almost everything, but because of the differences in velocity and note length. And also, you will come up with much better and more natural rhythms. So overall, I think this class is definitely made for beginners, even though Monthly says it's made for all levels. Usually when they say that, it's for beginners. And I also noticed that 90% of the songs I heard from people that joined the class were definitely on a beginner level. I can maybe recommend this class to someone who just started out with music production, like maybe 6 months to a year ago, and has a little more advanced knowledge in music theory. Keep in mind that it's $280 though. And also, I feel like for $280, Kygo should have put more effort into analyzing himself as a producer so he can explain better what he actually does and why. This class definitely could have been made a lot better. Also, what's kind of sad is that it's day 14 of the class now and Kygo didn't even comment on any of the songs yet. In the other monthly classes, instructors were a lot more active by that day. In conclusion, it was actually a lot of fun following the deadlines and building a song based on a demo. Also, the community has been amazing for the 5 days that I've been in the class, but I haven't learned much from him, and overall, I can't really recommend this class. I hope this review can help you guys decide if you want to join the class or not. Thanks for watching, and we'll see each other in the next video.
We've been known to fall in love for all the wrong reasons, all the wrong reasons. We've been known to call it off at the first sign of leaving, first sign of leaving. But I can't help my heart from telling me just what to do. Stay or go, I never know with you. Baby, I can't help myself from falling for you again. A moment with you was worth the pain when I knew that moment would have to end. But here we go again. I know it all comes to an end.